week of February 14th, 2023. My name is Mila.
And I am Jacob. Welcome back to DSN. In world news, a 30-year-old farm dog named Bobby has just been recognized by the Guinness World Records as the oldest dog living. Bobby is a purebred dog, the Portuguese breed of livestock. Guardian dogs have an average life expectancy of 12 to 14 years. Bobby, who will turn 31 on May 11, 2023, has far outlived his peers.
In local news, the Buckeye Air Fair is this weekend, featuring an air show, vintage and military aircraft, action-packed demonstrations, AZ SciTech exhibits, and so much more. It is Friday through Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily.
Now let's go over to Layla with This Week in History. This Week in History. My name is Layla. In the year 496, Valentine's Day was first celebrated in Rome. There are many legends about who Valentine was and why he has been associated with the day of celebrating love. Scholars believe that February 14th was chosen to replace a pagan feast. In 1903, the first teddy bears were sold. Toy store owner and inventor Morris Measham placed 2 of his new stuffed animals in his store window. He had named the bears after President Teddy Roosevelt. Before long, Teddy's bears became one of the most popular toys.
Let's go over to Malachi and Rudy with sports.
Welcome to sports. My name is Malachi.
And I'm Rudy.
In football news, the Super Bowl was played this past Sunday. Here's a look at the champions.
Phoenix Suns were in Indiana Friday to take on the Pacers. Tonight they'll play against the Sacramento Kings here in Phoenix.
In hockey news, the Arizona Coyotes played the Nashville Predators last night. Tomorrow, they will be back at home to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. That is all for today. See you next time on Sports News.
Now let's go over to Mrs. Dirksen and Mrs. Balos with a weekly update.
Good morning, Desert Sunset. We hope you had a fabulous weekend. We are excited for a very, very full week this week. Yes. Because there is Mrs. Bayless. It's a very full week. And first we want to make sure that parents know, boys and girls, please remind your parents that we have a PTO meeting and a site council meeting. Those are happening on Tuesday. So please make sure that your parents have that information. We also have this week our very, very first, I'm so excited, Ms. McKister. I've been visiting the 5th grade classrooms because we are having our very first science fair here with our 5th grade students. So boys and girls, don't forget you're bringing in your science boards, you're bringing in your stuff that you want to put on display, and that's going to be on Thursday. We'll have those boards up in the cafeteria. Yep. And for everyone else, you'll have a chance to walk through and look at the science fair items and just the projects that our students did. That day also is going to be lunch outside on the grass. So keep that in mind for Thursday. You'll be having your lunch outside like a picnic style.
Yes, and speaking of 5th grade, on Friday they are going on their first field trip to the Buckeye Air Show. So during the air show, they will be able to see people who are in the aviation field, some pilots. They'll get to walk around. I will also be going with you, and it'll be a lot of fun. On Friday, it is also chat and coffee with admin. So if you have any questions for Ms. Dirksen, parents, you are more than welcome to come. So students, please let your parents know that coffee and chat with Ms. Dirksen will also be on Friday.
And last week we had a very fun watchdog night.
Yes,
we had
did.
Cupcakes. I had cupcake frosting all over my clothes. I was handing cupcakes out. And we had, the cafeteria was filled with, I want to say, about 100 dads that were there. So we are excited to, boys and girls, to have your dads back in our school as watchdogs and helping in your classroom. So if they weren't able to be there and you still would like them to come as a watchdog, please have them call the office and we are happy to put them on the schedule. One last thing is this week, starting today, Tuesday, we are starting our Random Acts of Kindness Challenge. So Mrs. Balos and I have put together a challenge for you just as you are thinking about other people and thinking about our school and other places, just being kind to those people and doing things for those special things for those places. And we are going to, can't wait actually, we're going to do a drawing, but we can't wait to hear all the fun things that you're going to be doing. And your class can do more than one if you'd like. We will have you write them down. They're going to go into a jar, and then afterwards, we are going to be drawing a winner. So that winning class will have a cookie party, cookies from us, and you get to have the coyote. So Mrs. Jones will have to give it up. I don't know. Maybe third grade will end up with it. So have a great week, and we will see you next week.
you, Mrs. Dirksen and Mrs. Bayless. Now let's go over to Ella and Brielle with entertainment news.
Welcome to Entertainment News. I'm Ella.
And I'm Brielle.
A new book by the beloved author Eric Carle was released this week. Eric Loves Animals. It explores the animal kingdom through the eyes of the best-selling author and illustrator. It features some of his favorite characters as well as never-seen-before artwork.
In movie news, The Amazing Maurice was released earlier this month. Based on the popular children's book, it tells the tale of Maurice, a streetwise ginger cat who comes up with a money-making scheme by befriending a group of rats, and when they meet a bookworm called Melissa, everything changes. You can see this movie at Harkins Theaters.
See you next week on Entertainment News.
Let's go over to Marley and Maverick with Science Time.
Welcome to Science Time. My name is Marley.
And I am Maverick.
On January 22, a massive iceberg broke off the Antarctica's burnt ice shelf. Scientists say the iceberg was expected to break off, and the event isn't connected to climate change. But the size of the iceberg is hard to imagine.
The iceberg known as A81 is extremely large. It covers an area of about 600 square miles. It is about twice the size of New York City. The iceberg is about 500 feet thick.
See you next week with more Science Time.
Go over to Ella and Brielle with Fun Fact Trivia.
Welcome to Fun Fact Trivia. My name is Ella.
And I'm Brielle. Did you know that today, February 14th, is Valentine's Day?
Since the Renaissance era, we've been exchanging Valentine's cards to surprise someone special.
Your question for today is true or false? Was Valentine's Day once called St. Valentine's Day?
True or false?
You have 10 seconds to make your decision. Said true, you are correct.
Valentine's Day began as St. Valentine's Day, a celebration of one or more early Christian saints named Valentinus.
How to observe this day. Today, school children exchange Valentine's greetings. They prepare for the day by making unique boxes to receive their many hearts, Cupid, chocolates, and pun-filled rhymes.
See you next time on Fun Fact Trivia.
Over to Layla with Word of the Week.
Welcome to Word of the Week. My name is Layla. This week's word is courtesy. Courtesy is a noun and it means good manners or politeness. Here's how it can be used in a sentence. She had the courtesy to open the door for her grandmother. See you next time on Word of the Week.
Now over to Miranda with a special guest with Joke of the Week.
Hello and welcome to Joke of the Week. My name is Miranda and my guest today is Chase from 4th grade. So what's your joke?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Moo.
Moo who?
Make up your mind. Are you a cow or an owl?
Great joke, Chase. See you next week.
Thank you, Miranda. This is all for this week's episode of DSN.
See you next week.